That swing and catching the ball. And she had hold of Sun Devil defenders who would have been there.
Dang, I know it's crazy, but welcome to In The Coop, episode 29. Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying their day and hopefully bringing in the new year with some love, especially being around the family and everything, of course. But overall, Happy New Year's to everyone. And once again, thank you to everybody for your continued support and love for the podcast. And I know we missing our other half today. A little bit of communication error on my end because I know I told y'all at the end of last episode that we might go Thursday. And that's what it's looking like. But we're here on Wednesday. Give it to y'all on New Year's Day. But we're gonna go ahead and get it started. We are at 641 subscribers, over 261,000 views, and over 2.2 thousand hours of watch time. On Twitter, we're still up to 1,300 followers. But I usually kick it off to Christian for the IG and Facebook update, but I know it's looking pretty smooth on that end. But Island Boy, appreciate you. You know you're an OG, always welcome in, always shooting it off right. But let's go ahead and get it started with Wisdom Wednesday. New year, new chapter, a new verse, or just the same old story. Ultimately, we write it. The choice is ours. I mean, that sticks with me because at the end of the day, everybody says, new year, new me. New year, I'm going to do these new things and all that type of stuff. The new year does not guarantee better things. I mean, it's all what you make it. You can have the same mindset as you had in 2024. You're going to have the same outcome in 2025. I mean, nothing magical is happening with the numbers changing. The only thing magical is your mind. There's whatever you put your mind to, that's what you're going to make it. But at the end of the day, I hope everyone's mindset is to make 2025 one of the best years you can. But let's see. Yanni, what's going on? You missed the last one. You did, but it was a good one, a little short. I think it was one of our shorter ones, but yeah, Christian couldn't make this one, but he'll be here on Monday, of course. But good to have you back, Yanni. I'm telling you, man, you're reaching OG status. You're low-key reaching it. But we're going to go ahead and go into FSU's latest news. Happy New Year to you, Tiny. Hey, I know Christian ain't with us, but I got, 6-7 other, co-hosts with us because I said we're all a family. So I know y'all here with me. Happy New Year to you, Tiny. But we got some final FSU departures as the winter transfer portal closes. I know y'all probably hear the highlights going on. I'm catching the highlights again of the Arizona State and Texas game. That was pretty crazy. But so far, these departures, most of them were expected. Now, some of them hurt. I think the one that hurt me the most was seeing Julian go. Because Julian, man, former 5-star. I mean, I thought, shoot, man, he was going to be one of those guys leading the offensive line room next year. And just knowing how that played out, and it hurts. And then I know with the departure of Coach Atkins, that definitely, played a big part. But yeah, having Julian leave, and I know everybody hates to say it, but I hate that Pat left. Because I know if I wanted Pat to get it right at Florida State, I don't want him to get it right at another school. But that's just what we have to deal with. But those are the two losses that I'm really hurt about. Everybody else, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but hey. But other than that, Yanni. Now I hope, we all need to be keeping in tune with it. I'm still keeping it up, on my phone and everything. But I told y'all we're gonna give you these episodes no matter what. So here we go. But that's another thing. Coach Atkins was Coach Atkins was a good coach, and I don't know. I talked to Julian one-on-one, and it really comes down to the fact that how couldn't he develop? I mean, he looks the part, 5-star, 6'5", 6'6". He looked like a great tackle. He moved good. I mean, he has all the tools to be a great offensive tackle. But I never knew what didn't click. You never know what's going on outside of the field. That's what I used to say so much as a leader. You can do whatever you want in the stadium, coach them up, talk to them. But once they leave that stadium, what are they doing? Because that's going to be the key determining factor to anything. So as much as we can pinpoint on coaches, it's up to that player to continue those habits after he leaves the stadium. Because I always tell coaches, the player that you see in the stadium is sometimes not the same player off the field. I mean, some of them it works for them, and some of them it don't. You can't expect to, only do everything in the stadium. Then once you leave, you just forget about everything and do your own thing. And I'm pretty sure y'all know, but that's how most college athletes are. Once they get out there on the field and get the hammering, coach hammering on you and all that stuff, man, once you get off the field, man, them guys most of them don't even go back and watch film. I mean, it's just little things like that. But yeah, you do have a point with that one, man. But overall, I mean, most of these transfers were pretty much expected. I know on my end, just knowing that how much this transfer portal and the NIL is going crazy these days. So this is not kind of, let's just say we all seen this coming. Everybody wants money, and at the end of the day, most people already hit with the realistic check that most of them probably won't make it to the NFL. So they're trying to get most of the money they can now. And that's what I said on plenty other episodes before. How can you play the game and not have aspirations to go to the NFL? That opened my eyes when I first got to Florida State. Because when I'm talking, I ain't gonna say no names, but I was talking to some guys, and I'm like, they're like, man, I don't even want to go to the NFL. I just want to get my degree and leave. And that really opened my eyes, because it's like, how can somebody be slaving and working all these years and have no aspirations to go professional? I mean, I respect it, that you're being real with yourself, but that's how most people moving nowadays. And now that the NIL and transfer portal is blowing up, you're going to start seeing that more. A lot of guys don't have that hunger for the NFL or want to be there. So, and now that you can make the money that you're going to partially make your rookie year in college, and most people wouldn't hesitate to stay in college. That 8th and 9th year senior at Miami, I know he has no aspirations, and if he does, so be it. But I know he's set, probably for the next couple of years, not for the rest of his life, but he's set. And Yanni, you say you more sad about D.D. Holmes. I didn't get a chance to meet him or see him, because I'm all about looks. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. You can tell a lot about looks, but I didn't get a chance to see him. But I seen Clay made a tweet that he was going to be one of those guys who makes a big jump, especially in this new defense we got, this 3-3-5. So, hopefully we can get him back. But if not, I'm pretty sure we can go grab another one of him somewhere. There's like me and Christian said, there's somebody up there just waiting for this moment. So that's all I'm saying. Tiny, I'm with you. He said the last I seen him, 23 reported, and actually community, I wonder how many of those don't get signed and lose their current scholarship for next. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people going for the money is they're not paying attention to nothing else. Because I'm telling you, even when I left college, most people don't even know that once you graduate and leave college, that them taxes are coming. Most people, they just think this is free money. This ain't no free money, dog. But and Tiny, we've been saying this even when the transfer portal did hit, because my thing was we would have people entering the portal with only practice film. Man, I wouldn't even pick you up if I was at Delta State and you only had practice film. So there's going to be a lot of this, Tiny. There's going to be a lot of people in the transfer portal who does not get picked up just because of whatever. It's just maybe they think the grass is green on the other side. I ain't gonna say no names, but we had a guy on our team. Literally thought he was a starting position. Like he was ready to be a starter. Me, coaches, everybody's telling him you're not ready to be a starter. You can't even do the little things right. So he thinks, let me transfer out so I can be a starter. Hit the transfer portal, ends up going to Lord knows where, man. But like I said, it's just there's a lot of those type of situations out there. A lot of people feel like they deserve to be a starter. Probably most of these people on this list down here that transferred out of here, but that's just how it be. And it is, y'all think it's that easy to where, like, people, just because you're at Florida State don't mean you're going to get every offer in America. Because that goes back to what me and Christian said last episode. All these coaches talk. These coaches can act like they hate each other. Or, like, I remember when I first got to college, I thought we couldn't stand Miami or Florida. But at the end of the day, them coaches is talking every day. Not every day, but it's very often. So, I mean, whatever, you can be a bad kid at Florida State and you hit the portal thinking you're going to go to South Carolina. Them South Carolina coaches going to call Coach Norvell or wherever your position coach is. They're going to call him. Tell me about this kid. And then you leave it on a bad note. What you think they're going to tell what you think they're going to tell the team you're transferring to? Now, unless they really love your talent. Now, don't get that wrong. If you a baller, I mean, they could care less. But at the end of the day, before you hit the transfer portal, I tell everybody this: before you hit the transfer portal, you need to have a real life check with yourself or somebody close to you. Because don't be hitting the transfer portal thinking you the next Reggie Bush or the next best thing. Because no matter where you go, your habits gonna follow you. Like everything's gonna follow you unless you really down for that change. Because one thing I noticed about the transfers that came to Florida State and went crazy, Jermaine, Pop, Fisk, just you can name them. Any transfer that came in and took over, it was a whole different ball game. Like you can go back, like I used to act because Jermaine and Verse, all these guys came in with a whole different mentality than they ever did. Because when you ask the people who they've been with, they'll be like, I don't know, that's different about him. It's just different when you come to Florida State, though. But other than that, we're gonna move on. We got this Georgia Southern transfer linebacker on a visit today. Now, usually I don't care for visits because visits don't mean nothing. Because I remember when if you were a recruit, and sometimes you just need a visit to get away from the crib, just go visit, see different things, But this guy, I hope we get him. I hope we get him. He was first team All Sun Belt last year. I mean, then we got 2, 3 of our linebackers went in the portal. Some of them graduating. I mean, out of everybody, I know Omar Graham is going to do some things. So I need another linebacker in there with Omar, and we set. So if we can get him and Omar, man, I'm good with everything else behind that personally. But other than that, man, I heard he on his visit today. I expect him to commit tomorrow because that's how you don't need long at FSU. That's one thing about it. You don't need 2 visits. You don't need 3 visits. You don't even need long. Florida State, it speaks for itself. And then you got a coach like Norvell. I'm pretty sure he's not beating around the bush with nothing. So I expect them to commit. Yanni said, even like that West Virginia kid, defensive end, forgot his name, had a good thing over there, came here and just didn't play at all. I hope you're not talking about who I hope you're not talking about the toe. If you're talking about Tomaya, take that back. I want you to take that comment back. If you're talking about the Tomaya dude that committed to Illinois, are you talking about him, Yanni? Let me know. But Thomas Castellanos, our new quarterback, he posts saying Florida State was his dream school. Playing for Florida State was his dream. Now, this could backfire, or it could, mean a good thing. But when I seen that, all I can think about is you better play your butt off. You better play like it. Because I always hated that when everybody say, "Oh, FSU's my dream school." You know how many people I see? I played at Florida State for 5 years. You know how many people I've seen come on this team saying that Florida State is their dream school, but playing like we're at Elon. You ain't playing like this is your dream school. Because if it was, all of the OGs, Derek Brooks, all these guys probably looking at you like, come on. There's no way this was your dream school. But, that's what I'm saying. I really think he's going to ball. Because one thing I'm not a fan of, and I know everybody said this about Bryce Young. We got all these big hogs up front, and he's only 5'7". So, I mean, I don't know how he gonna have to move around. He ain't gonna be. Well, actually, he ain't gonna be no pocket passer. I think this is probably the closest we're gonna get to J-Trap. I didn't say he's J-Trap now, but I said this is probably the closest we're gonna get to J-Trap. Remember, J-Trap was nothing but 5'10". Without shoes and cleats on, man, about 5'9". I mean, basically, J-Trap wasn't the tallest. So like I said, he's no Jordan Travis, but this is the closest we're gonna get to a Jordan Travis. So I'm here for it. And every transfer that has came to Florida State and had 1 year remaining, balled out. Jermaine. Who else came one and done? Fisk. It's just when we get them transfers, they got 1 year and actually have the mindset of this is my last year, gotta make it count. Those are some dangerous people. So yeah. Oh yeah, he was talking about him. Oh, before I get to you, Yanni, Tiny, I need this. If we can't get that Georgia Southern linebacker, I'm cool with him. I'm cool with him as well. But yeah, Keon, it's all about the 1 year guys. So that's why I got to. I'm with Castellanos, man. I hope he does amazing. Because man, like I said, but even during the season last year, I said we didn't need another Porter quarterback because I didn't want to go through another DJ Ugalele situation. So, but because remember what DJ said too. DJ said his dream was playing in the FSU uniform. No, and that's a lie. So, like I said, that's why I'm not budging on these. FSU's my dream. I'm not falling for that anymore. I wasn't falling for that when I was there as a player too, because like I said, there was a lot of people who came in saying that FSU was their dream, but they playing like they don't even want to be here. So I will have to wait till spring ball. But he was talking about this kid. Now, let me tell you something about it. This is why I wasn't feeling him. Because when I did go to the game, when they played Florida, you know what? I don't want to put him on the spot like that, but he's in his own way. I mean, I didn't get to know the kid, but man, he has to get out his own way. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it, man. It's not that he wasn't good enough. He reminds me of a lot of players that we had. Wanted to do their own thing, not listen to coaching, think you know everything. It's only so much, you know. It's just like with anybody. You can't talk to somebody, you can't coach somebody who thinks they know it all or thinks they know better than you. Now, I'm not gonna get into, you know, details of everything, but I'm not sad he's leaving. Mackenzie Milton. Oh man. We fell for that one too. 1 year band-aid so we can recruit the high school well and have younger cats come in. And you see, now I don't know how y'all feel about it, but with this NIL and transfer portal and these JUCO guys getting another year, I wouldn't be recruiting high school as much. Am I crazy? I mean, I get a few, but I'll stick with them JUCO hungry guys and them transfer portal guys. But then again, you got to have some coming out of high school to build that culture, to build the standard. Because if you have a guy who's sitting there like me, came out of high school, I was there for 5 years. I know what it looks like, what it ain't supposed to look like, what it looks like, how it's gonna look based off what we do. Like I seen it all. I can tell you when we was finna lose a game and when we was finna win a game based off of. So we had Mondays were off days, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll tell you about Thursday if we win in this game or not. Never failed. That's why I think they don't let media in for practice. Not even just for Florida State, with anybody. Maybe because of the plays and everything, but you can tell if you're gonna win or lose a game by how you practice. Because them days where we was on defense and that scout team spraying us, and then I wasn't playing at it the whole freshman year. That's when I really got to look at everything. When the defense getting sprayed by the scout team, because we out there chilling, it's the scout team, but they scoring touchdowns. And then you go on Saturday, they scoring the same. They getting touchdowns off the same plays we was running in practice. Because I'll never forget it, y'all boys. I remember Clemson week very vividly. We were going over all the plays Trevor could do. The first play of the game was the play that was killing us the whole week of practice. Because I always say, if a scout team can do this, imagine what them boys on Saturday finna do. So, but yeah, I'm with you. Hey, Montre in here again. Shout out Montre. Yanni said, just focus on the top dog 5 stars and recruit experienced players from C. That will be me. Because maybe because I'm speaking at Florida State, probably other teams can't do this, like, the lower level teams. But if I'm at Florida State, I'm going for the top dogs in the high school, in the high school ranking. Because then again, with Florida State, we don't need much to get you here. You know what I'm saying? We one of the top programs. But yeah, I'm going after the top dogs in high school. They recruit them experienced players from the transfer portal. That's it. And guys who are hungry and want to be here. Now, even if they don't want to be here, grab somebody who wants to change their lives. Because I can tell you right now, Jermaine didn't want to play here. Jermaine wanted to leave. After, was it fall camp? During fall camp, Jermaine wanted to leave Florida State. He didn't want to play in the season. But like I said, if they don't have the love for Florida State, and he eventually got the, as you doing, like Jordan Travis, anybody, when you start doing good, of course you're going to love the school. But beforehand, you got to get somebody who's willing to change their life. Jermaine came in like, man, I ain't worried about nothing. I'm trying to get to the league. I'm trying to change my family's life. Though that's the type of transfer guys I need. I don't need a transfer guys. I want to go somewhere where they have a good medical school. Man, look, now I took that Nick Saban approach. I'm all about school and get your like I said, I graduated with 3.1. I didn't cheat even. But man, you gotta realize that football will run this world, baby. That's how I look at it. Because remember, like I said earlier in this episode, I don't know how you can play college football and not have aspirations to play in the NFL. And y'all be surprised there's a lot of people like that. And it always amazes me. Some of the guys that y'all watch on Saturday, you think some guys really don't want to go to the NFL. And I mean, I'm still shocked by it. Because if somebody like me, I'm willing to do everything to get to the NFL. But Yes, sir. We are in for a big 5-star offensive line for C. That's what I'm saying, man. If get these hogs. Dang, Ohio State. Oh my goodness. I'm not surprised. Ohio State might run with it all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I really want to see how this Georgia and Notre Dame game go. But I really think Ohio State might run off with it. But I got one in here. Funniest moment at FSU. I mean, y'all gotta realize I played with Coach Tag, Coach Norvell. I mean, we had any type of staff you could think of, man. It was definitely a movie, man. But one of the ones I can point out specifically was, so practice used to be boring sometimes, especially beginning of practice. Well, not boring. So when Norvell came, my thing was, why does everybody have to be so uptight? Why everybody got to be so like, you know what I mean? Especially it wasn't even in the season yet, you know. I mean, I'm all about being real, but, you know, being all, you know, serious. But there was something like before practice, you know, we just chilling, everybody. The IPF quiet. It's real quiet. I'm like, what the heck going on? So I'm one of the first ones. We got these little hoops. I don't know if y'all realize the tackling circle where they roll it and you got to run and hit it. It's like a donut. But they were stacked on each other. So before Coach Odell, I got out there, I said I'm going to hide from Coach Odell to make it look like I didn't show up to practice on time. So I go in the donuts. I'm hiding in there. Like you can't see me. So I just hear everybody coming in, Coach Norvell, everybody coming, the whole team coming. And I'm like, dang, Coach Odell, that, you know? And then all I hear out of nowhere is, Coop, wow, where's Coop? Somebody go get Coop. Like he's tripping. So I'm in the donuts just sitting there laughing. I just want to see how long I'm gonna play it off. And then I can see he's real deal getting angry. So I popped out the donut, and then, you know, everybody got a good laugh because nobody could find me. It was kind of weird because, like I said, I'm always on time. I'm always there. So, you know, once I wasn't there, everybody hearts jumped for a second while I popped out the donuts. But everybody got a good laugh out of that one. So that's one I can remember vividly. But there's so many, man. I got, you know, we had all types of players. We had the hot heads. We had the cool guys. I don't know if y'all remember Chaz Neal. So Chaz Neal came in my class 2018. He was an offensive tackle. He was like 6'10". Like he was real tall, but nobody really seen no dude like that because everybody say he kind of like alien and all this stuff. But it was the freshman wasn't in the team meetings with everybody at first. It was like the second week, and then all of us, the freshmen, came into the team meeting. It was after a lift. So we all come in, boom, boom. Chaz come in last. He come in once, you know, he's already 6'10". He got some jeans on that are like high rises. The jeans stop at around, you know, low calf area. And then he got a tight tank top on. When I tell you, soon as we walk in, it was like a movie. Nobody knew who Chaz was. Soon as he walked through the door, everybody started laughing. That was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because I can only imagine the type of embarrassment that was. Because soon as he walked through the door and everybody looked, everybody started laughing for like 10 minutes. Like it was nonstop. I'm like, dang, bro, y'all doing Chaz wrong with this one. But yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, that's one thing. That's what I'm saying. Chaz was different. But when he walked in the room, bro, everybody started laughing. Coaches, players, supports, everybody. I was sitting there like, yo, man, like, what are they laughing at? Are they laughing at his, like, what I didn't know what possibly could be that funny. But I didn't. That's one thing about me, when I don't like to put anybody on the spot, man. If you already if you already feel embarrassed, I ain't finna add on it. So, but that was pretty funny. But FSU's always been a place to be, and I think my dad told me to, put this one in here just to, I wasn't really, a lot of people didn't think I was going to stick with Florida State the whole way. But you're not going to get a lot of these reasons nowadays. Because the reason I stayed committed to Florida State was because Jimbo and Odell knew exactly who I was as a player and knew exactly what to do with me. They knew I was one of the nastiest 0-1 tech 2 eyes you can have. I don't hit the ground. I'm real athletic. At that time, I was 390, 380, moving like a cat, but wasn't for long. I give you good 3 plays, but I need a break. But I was moving like a cat, but it just stuck with me because everybody else was either trying to change me or trying to, just like with anything. That's what they tell you and don't try to change it, man. Try to make it better. So, I mean, then I took my visit to Florida State. I committed, man, and the rest was history, dog. So that's why I always feel kind of hurt when people leave or people decommit. Because, bro, how do you turn down a school like Florida State? I don't know if anybody can think of a reason why you wouldn't want to come to Florida State. If you have dreams of going to the NFL. Now, if you don't have dreams of going to the NFL, being one of the best, setting yourself up to be one of the best football players you can be, then I can probably understand. But, Yanni, any 2025 aspiration? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a ball player, man. At the end of the day, like I said, I want to, just touch as many people as I can. Paul, just be a positive impact. Not even in my hometown, Gwinnett, or in Tallahassee, wherever I'm at. Just continue being a positive impact and making people's days and just being the best person I can be. And then the main thing is getting back on the football field, y'all. And then one thing I told y'all, once I get back on the football field, I'm not leaving y'all. I'm y'all with me for the rest of the time. So I'm hoping to get a call back from Miami because I know Miami, I played some of my best ball there, fully healthy, shoulders doing amazing. As y'all know, I did play my last year at Florida State with a torn rotator cuff. And a lot of people ask me why I did it, and a lot of people said it was dumb, but that tells you what type of person I am. And I told people that when I was coming out of Florida State, and all the scouts were asking me why I did that. Because you want a guy, I don't care who you are, I don't care what sport or job you're playing. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong in the thing. You would want somebody on your team who will go all out no matter what. That's just really what my mindset was. I just wanted the ball, man, because I remember when they asked me, did I want to sit out for the year? I'm thinking about the summer workouts we done went through, the winter, the tour duties, the hard, hot workouts and practice, man, all the stuff that we done, blood, sweat, tears, literally blood, sweat, and tears, man. And I just couldn't imagine going through all that and then sitting out and watching the boys. Like I told Josh, if I can get in my stance, I'm playing. So I got in my stance. That shoulder was biting, but I was in it. So I said, just throw a brace on and let's ride. So even though it did affect me in my draft stock by playing on that shoulder injury and doing things like that, but my main thing was, especially going into this year, man, get on the football field and show people that I'm still the same Coop, if even better. Like you can't base me off that Florida State year because, man, I was one arm, but my main thing is whatever team calls me up or whatever happens, showing people that I'm still one of the nastiest defensive tackles you can get. Somebody who's willing to lay it all down for you, dog. But that's about it, man. Just being the best I can be and that thing. Getting where I need to be on this football field. But yeah, I was going to South Carolina, and the coaching switches always that's what really steered me away from South Carolina and really kept me stronger with Florida State, because the coaching changes wasn't as often. And I knew if I knew anything, I knew Coach Odell wasn't going anywhere. So that's what really made me stay with Florida State. And Tiny, when time comes, are you thinking about going into coaching? Yes. I mean, not coaching. I really want to be on the recruiting side. And I told, Florida State that, of course, because coaching, man, I don't think coaching is for me, because, I like to be one-on-one, if anything. So even when I was a leader, if Coach Odell wasn't getting it right, or if he couldn't get to him, I'm the type, hey, come over here with me, and let me get you right, things like that. Because now I ain't got time to be chasing that. And that's one thing about me. I'll tell you once, tell you twice, but if I get to tell you repeatedly and you don't understand, it's cut. But I probably could be a coach. You never know. But I'd rather be a recruiter. I'd rather be, finding the talent. Because like I said, I know what it looks like, and I know what it's supposed to look like. I know what can help. Well, I played at Florida State, so I know what can help at Florida State. Maybe not scheme-wise, but the type of players. It's all, you can have one of the best players, but it's all about the type of player he is. But that's really what mainly recruiting side. Maintaining fitness and training. Yep, you know it, dog. That's what I'm saying. I gotta stay strong, stay working out. And that's one of the main reasons I brought the podcast back. Not only to bring in my guy Christian, but also just, try to give y'all updates and give y'all a little, like I said, I'm a free agent right now. I started this right after I got cut from the Dolphins. So just kind of using this kind of like a storyline, because like I said, when I get back into football, I'm not stopping this. So y'all going to see, how it goes. And if y'all want to know any insights, because like I said, I've done tryouts. I've been on different teams, Seattle, Philadelphia, Miami. Did a tryout with the Jets, and I actually got to see Jay Chav when I went up there. But yeah, y'all, I'm an open book, y'all. I'm an open book. But yeah, well, like I said, yeah, Ohio State might run with it, dog. As a top player, it must be hard to get another recruit to do something you think is easy, but they're struggling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because sometimes I always thought like how it's all good, but I always thought how Coach Odell did it. You know what I mean? Because he never came off bad, never came off loud or wrong, nothing. But when you got a guy who's literally the talent is just off the over the roof, but they're not understanding, and you put it in every simple way you can, and they just not getting it. And that's why I always said, sometimes, man, they gonna have to go through it for them to understand it. You can't be sitting there talking because I'm the type, if you're not understanding what I mean, if I'm trying to break down how to get past a cut block, if you ain't understanding, I might get down there and cut block you myself, so I can show you that if you don't do this right, your legs will be done. That's the type of person I am. I'm the type to show you the consequence so you learn. That's all. And that's how most people learn. And once you see that consequence, you're gonna be like, oh, I get it now. I get it. I got it. You gonna understand it then. But like I said, y'all, just Christian hit me up. Christian will be back with us, guys. I know it's kind of, I don't know if y'all like me here by myself. I don't know if y'all do, but he'll definitely be back with us. I'm trying to see this Ohio State. That's crazy. But let's keep it moving. Like I said, I'm glad y'all here with me. And this goes back to what I said. As all these visits are happening today, take the ones who are serious about this. And for this past 30 minutes, I've literally been mainly talking about if they don't like Florida State, as their dream school, get somebody who's serious. about either changing their lives or changing the narrative at Florida State. I don't care if he's 5'7", 130. If he believe that he can switch this program and change this program around, take him. That's all. That's all I want to say. But we got some college football news and predictions. I know y'all keeping me in touch with this Ohio State game, which I'm surprised. I mean, I kind of knew. Like I said, I never believed in Dylan Gabriel. Ever since we played him in Oklahoma, he was a bust. So once I seen all this Heisman and all this stuff, man, I was always thinking about the Oklahoma Dylan Gabriel. He ain't worth it nothing. But as y'all seen, two teams that should have been in the playoff lost their bowl games, Alabama and South Carolina. You know what? Let me just go into this. First of all, I'm actually surprised that South Carolina lost that game. That shows a lot about that head coach for Illinois, Brett Bielema. They said that was his first time ever beating the SEC team. Shoot, man, and the first 10-win season at Illinois. I mean, but I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those ones who thought South Carolina belonged in the playoffs. So I'll take that. But was Bill O'Brien right? Because Bill O'Brien was the OC at Alabama before he went to Boston College. But he told Jalen Milroe that he's not a quarterback. Jalen Milroe said he took that as motivation, but people starting to think that maybe Bill O'Brien was not lying. Well, I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think Jalen Milroe is a quarterback? I know he said the same thing. I know this comes about with black quarterbacks. But I did disagree when they said Lamar Jackson is not a quarterback and all that stuff. But I'm with Bill O'Brien. I don't think Jalen Milroe is a quarterback. I don't know what he is. He probably could be a great running back, great receiver. I don't think he's a quarterback. What y'all think? Because, I mean, after that performance he had against Michigan, man, good Lord. Oh, man, you hit one, Yanni. I ain't going to lie. Tate was one of those ones. That Tate was one of those ones for me. But any other ones I can think of? Shoot. Julian. Let's throw another one at you. I thought, Hornibrook. Alex Hornibrook. We thought he was gonna come in and save Florida State in our university forever. Let me think of one more. I might surprise y'all with this one. Warren Thompson, receiver. I know y'all probably surprised to hear that one, but I thought he was going to be special. I mean, if y'all seen those practices, and he was a good receiver. He was a great receiver, but it just never panned out, man. It just never panned out. But I'll have to say Tate, Hornibrook, Warren. That's about it, really. And as y'all know, the Sugar Bowl, UGA versus Notre Dame is delayed until Thursday. Tomorrow, after an act of terrorism in New Orleans this morning. I definitely hope, and if anybody's watching in New Orleans, hope everybody's doing okay. And that was pretty crazy. I read about that this morning, but I'm actually glad that they are moving this game to tomorrow. Definitely, definitely better safety for everybody. And, that was a great. Literally, I think that's a perfect comparison. Literally, he really might, and I wouldn't be mad at it because he ain't no quarterback. That game yesterday showed me he is not a quarterback. He is not a quarterback. But overall, let y'all know that this game is being moved to tomorrow. And I was hoping they were going to do this, and they did. So there it goes. And I know me and Christian were hoping Boise State came out with the win for the underdog story, but Penn State put the whooping on them. And Ashton Genty was 27 yards short of breaking the all-time record, and I know that hurt too. And I know it hurts for everybody at Boise, but man, I was always iffy about Boise State's defense, and I was right. But they did do a good job of holding Ashton down. He only had 120, 30 yards, 0 touchdowns. So I mean they did hold him pretty good. So not surprised. But I mean Penn State was hitting on all cylinders, man. That tight end, I think Christian was trying to tell me about him. Tyler Warren. He's definitely a certified Sunday playmaker. Probably kind of, I think that's just, man, them white tight ends evolving, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I seen this. Quinn Ewers offered $6 million to transfer and stay in college. Well, whoever that is looking for the best interest in him because he's not ready for the NFL at all. But I don't expect him to be back at Texas because it's Manning's time. But other than that, man, I don't want him at Florida State. Let's get that out of the way. I'm pretty sure nobody's talking about that. But I'm not surprised. That's actually a good move, though. Whoever did that. Now, yeah, like let's put what Yanni said. I don't know about the $6 million. I would have just gave him a good speech to make him stay. Because I mean, I would have just told him straight up, "Hey, man, you're not ready for the NFL. I won't have to give you $6 million just for you to believe me. I mean, let's just turn on the tape and look. Is this an NFL ready quarterback? Let's really look at the tape. See that's what I be wanting to do to some of these players, man. Especially when hitting the portal, thinking they good. Let's look at the tape and let's look at it together. Honestly, don't look at it by yourself. Let's look at it together. Because I remember Coach Odell always said that to us. If you got a problem with your playing time, if you got a problem with anything, just come up to my office. We can watch film together. And I'll show you. Because I remember guys used to come up to me saying, Coop, why I'm not this? Why I'm not doing that? Go ahead, cut on that film and look at yourself. Don't look at everybody else. Look at yourself. That's the one thing I always did. People always ask me, "Hey, Coop, did you see what I did yesterday?" Nope. I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at me and this defensive line. That's it. So, yeah. But yeah, it shouldn't have took $6 million to get him to stay. But yeah, that Tyler Warren, yeah, I'll take him first pick. And let me say about this first pick thing. I hope Shedeur Sanders is not going to be no first pick overall. Matter of fact, they're saying the first quarterback off the board. If he's the first quarterback off this board, I have been underestimating Deion Sanders' network. Because I'll tell you this, I'm not going to, because I feel like there's a chance he might be the first quarterback off the board. But he sucks. All right, let's be real, guys. The dude sucks. I'm talking about a guy who literally celebrated a first down run when it was 2 yards. Sorry, y'all. The man sucks. And you know what? Let me stop. I'm done being negative. I just had to get that out. Yanni, shake them a little. Have a little heart to heart. Let's be honest now. Don't worry about the NIL after the tape is good. Yeah, literally. That's what. And then that's the problem with everybody nowadays. Like you can look at something and think that you are just as worthy. Like this is what I didn't like when I was at Florida State. Pocket watching. They want to know what Jay Trav making. They want to know what Coop making. You're worried about what other people making. You're going to get what you're worth. If I can't tell you that, the money should. If I'm making 20,000 and you making 5, that don't mean you. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't think I'll ever understand it, y'all. That's why I probably can't be no coach because I can't understand it. I seen guys, and I seen guys hit the transfer portal and never played a game. Don't have no game film. When you was in high school trying to get to college, in your huddle highlight tape, you didn't put no practice film. And if you did have practice film on your huddle tape, you probably didn't get the offer. What? I don't even see where that even works. I don't even see how that can even give you hope. You're going to enter the portal, hadn't played no game, only got practice film. Come on, man. Come on. But, yeah, you're right, Yanni. And New England might make a deal with the Raiders for Crosby and most professional. Oof. New England might be making a little comeback. I remember after they said Belichick left, they ain't gonna do no good, but they might now. All they missing is come sign a defensive tackle named Robert Cooper. We'll get your defense right, but I do like this. But I hope they don't spend none of them on Shador. Straight mockery if he is. If he first, Dion just going ahead. Oh. You said it, Yanni. Now, we can talk smack about Shador. But if that Shiloh Sanders kid gets drafted, I don't want to say it. But that dude is dog water, man. The dude sucks. I like decision, but they better pay him and not let that judge situation happen again. Yeah. Oh, Judon. Yeah. That's true. Hey, dang, Yanni, you on one today. I like this. Yeah. Oh, and South Carolina, Illinois brawl starts after the head coach repeatedly does the ref substitution signal to the South Carolina bench. Now, to me, I don't know what's the problem with that. I thought it was a problem if one of the South Carolina players got hurt and he was doing that. Okay, that's disrespectful. But it was one of his players down and he was just telling them to, substitute. I guess he kept doing it. The coach got mad. I don't personally y'all might have to tell me, but I don't know what he got mad about. I can see if that was his player on the field and he was doing that. Then I was like, okay, yeah, now you're trying. I'd probably been looking at the coach like, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, you clown. He's a clown. That man was ready to fire off. And I seen like 4 people holding him back. I'm like, he must have said something. Because he ain't no way you getting that mad off a substitution signal. I don't believe that, but that's what's going on. The guys got some predictions going on. We got what? 4 bowl games. And we see the Ohio State going to win that game. But overall, we got the Tax Slayer Bowl, number 14, Ole Miss versus Duke. I ain't going to lie. ACC been going down bad, man. And like I said, I'm on the train of Florida State getting out of the ACC. So I'm going with Ole Miss, man. I'm going with Ole Miss. Oh, y'all got to let me know y'all predictions, too. So it ain't just me now. But y'all got Ole Miss. This at Thursday on ESPN at 7:30. Oh, okay. I'm with you, Tony. I understand that. I didn't know all that. See, that's why I say you got to know the background of everything. The UK is called big. Yeah. Oh, shout out to the UK. Yanni, I be forgetting, man. Matter of fact, call you the UK OG. I like it already. But I'm with you though. You got the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, Texas State versus North Texas. To be honest, I've heard a little bit about Texas State. I think this is one of their better years. not one of their best, but one of their better years. But I'll have to ride with Texas State on this one. Then we got the Duke Mayo Bowl, Virginia Tech versus Minnesota. Like I said, ACC has been going out bad, man. Give me Minnesota. Give me Minnesota. And for the last one, we got the Bahamas Bowl, Liberty versus Buffalo. The time is wrong. They got them boys playing at bright and early. Saturday, 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Not only you playing at 11 a.m., you're playing on ESPN2. That means there's something better on ESPN at 11 a.m. That's funny, though. That's pretty funny. Dang, they doing y'all bad, Liberty and Buffalo, but I got Liberty winning this game. Matter of fact, give me Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. I forgot their quarterback left. I hate the cookies of Virginia Tech. I don't even know what you mean by that, but I'm laughing because the way it said. Oh, what does it say? Oh, the chokies. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Now I don't know if this is true or not, y'all, because I know y'all know these sites be pushing everything. But this is one of the official sites I got this from. They say he was the suspect from the New Orleans incident this morning. He said he was ex-Marine, and they found him with those type of flags. I don't know if I'm gonna get banned for saying that, but after all that happened, and then it just came out today that he was not alone. They said that they found like it was either 3 men and 1 woman, or 3 women and 1 man who also was found planting, different things. And, I'm not about giving the suspect spotlight, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just glad, everybody's all right. But then again, I feel for the ones who, who were injured, lost their lives, and prayers out to them and their families. Okay, I'm with you, Tiny. I'm with you. Okay. The chokies. I gotta tell Christian that. But the new Lion King movie should be abolished. I don't know if y'all seen it. It's called the Mufasa or something like that. I think they need to take it back and give us something better. And I don't know. I'm too serious about that. I was not a fan of it. It was cool at first, but I ain't got time to hear all this singing. Were y'all a fan of that? I didn't like it at all. I want to see somebody else agree with me, because there is no way. Yes, sir, Dave. You ain't lying. Like I said, prayers up for them, and the ones who were my brother's down there now, because he like I know he's a recruiting coordinator for UGA. Made sure that they were okay and everything's good. Definitely prayers up to everybody. And the Big Easy. But yeah, new Lion King movie should be abolished. That was pure embarrassment. Got that little thing, that little lion singing his butt off, talking about my brother. I wanted to cut it off right then and there. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm surprised I even made it that far. The movie sucked. I would have traded 2 bags of Lay's chips and a pair of socks. But on a better note, Bryce James, son of LeBron James, I think he's going to be the best basketball player of the 2 brothers. He committed to University of Arizona today. Like I said, following a different path. He could have went to USC, could have went to some school in Ohio, but he's being himself. So committed to Arizona. I think I'm gonna be following him like I was following Zion Williamson. I think he's going to be the better one. I don't know if y'all can think the same thing. See, the one thing I want people to realize about the 2022 and the 2021 team after we started off 0-4, and then the 2023 team, when you have a family, like when a team is playing like a family, it don't matter who's on that team, you're going to go far. You can gather up a bunch of people outside, but if they got that family atmosphere, man, because let me just use an example. Like, we could be on the sideline seeing J-Trav getting hit, not doing good, whatever. Something in us like, man, we got to get J-Trav going. We got to go get a big hit. We got to go get a turnover. We got to do something. That's just how we was moving. And then when somebody wasn't up to par, it don't matter if it was on the bus, in meetings, in a game, in practice, we were on them. And if not, you had guys to look at and see that's how it's supposed to be. And that's what made me mad about some of the games this year. The camera goes to the sideline, nobody talking, nobody saying nothing. Everybody's just quiet. Tell you that Memphis and SMU game was by far one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. And I felt more embarrassed for Coach Norvell because I know he's not coaching that. I know he's not. Because he used to kick people off the team for acting like that. Pokey, man. Oh, Pokey was a real one. Pokey, the real ones know, man. Pokey's one of those guys for us, man. And I heard he's still doing his thing in the CFL, making them plays. So Pokey was that guy, man. I tell you. But on some good news, homicides in the United States have dropped over 16% in 2024. I don't know about y'all, but I am happy about this, man. Like I said, I never was a fan of, I'm just glad everybody's being more safe. I mean, we ain't the best, but hey, this is progress. This is some type of progress right here. So at the end of the day, man, this is great news, and we're going into 2025. Hopefully, we keep lowering it. But yeah, man, this is a great thing. I just had to share that with y'all. That's pretty good. And my thing is, this is a question that I had, but I don't know if some of y'all, like I said, I like to get everybody's input. But why do y'all think most of the OGs don't respect or cheer on the next or younger generations? Like, for example, Eric Dickerson didn't want Saquon Barkley to break his record. Mad. Tiki Barber hating on Saquon. And then when I was at Florida State, you had some of the OGs, even though we know we wasn't playing up to the standard, and of course we didn't enjoy losing and enjoy getting our butt whooped. But OGs was hating on us still. So it's like, I just never understood it. Maybe it's because ball is different now, and we all know football is softer than what it was. So it kind of is easier to get some of these accolades. Like, I remember the defensive end from the Jets, the OG who was mad at Brett Favre for letting Michael Strahan take his record. Because back then, to get to the quarterback, you had to go through elbows, fists, clotheslines. See, that's why I respect OGs. Because I know, man, like running back, every position back then, and you had to have a little bit more team. And I always said this, and my dad always said this too. 90% of the football players now wouldn't be able to play the game back in the day. I think I can. I know I can for sure, because I grew up around that old school football. But I definitely believe 90% of these guys can't handle that back in the day ball. Them dudes was really coming out there to kill and fight. Tiny said OGs think the younger generation. I mean, I can agree because I done seen it. I done seen it. So, and then you gotta think some things that are disrespectful to the younger generation. Like some things that we find not disrespectful, the OGs find it disrespectful. And that's why I always say I'm a social guy. Because I know how to act. Because I was raised right. You don't cuss around your elders. That's why I don't cuss on here most of the time. Because I know there's OGs, OGs watching. Now if it was a bunch of young guys, I'll cut and all that. But that's just simple respect. Like Dave said, it takes respect to get it. And then that's why I never had a problem with OGs. Because when I went up to them and they came up to me, it's always I don't think I'm better than you. I mean, selfishly I do, but I don't think I know it all. Put it like that. I don't think I know it all. But yeah, that's dang y'all really hitting it. And then Tiny, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That as I said, I'm all about that physicality, man. I'm down to put some rock as an elbow pad and walk around just swinging, do a spin move and pop him in the back of the helmet on my spin move while I'm with that rock pad. You know what I mean? Because I heard back in the day, boy, they used to do some crazy stuff for that game. And that's why I always said how football is changing. Because I remember back then, man, it was like I think my dad was right. I mean, he always been right. But football is a true gladiator sport. Like you got people who's willing to pay money, top dollar, to see people get injured. They want to see people getting their helmets knocked loose. That's once I seen it, that's what the people love. I mean, of course, when you get to college, they get you out of that. But man, that's what they want to see. I mean, they want to see the long runs. You truck somebody, put their helmet in the ground, and then jump over the next dude. Like they here for that. It's a gladiator sport. If somebody dies, they die. Somebody get hurt, they get hurt. That's why I don't know if y'all ever noticed that at Florida State. I mean, I didn't really get on the knee when people got hurt. Because, I mean, that's what come with it. That's just, I mean, yeah, I give my respects for sure. But hey, man, I'm all about, I mean, people hate me about that. But I was like, man, you get hurt, man, just get them off the field and let's keep going. Because that's what, if you playing football, you think you finna end the game 100% healthy? Every game, man, you got to be there. Every game, it's like war. There's a chance you might not make it out. So, that's what it was back in the day. I tell you that. But if you do that now, you can get all type of slander, man. They're gonna try to get you out the league before you can even think. You see what they doing to Derwin James and all the hard hitters, all the violent people, man. They putting fines on them, suspending them, like Draymond Green. Shoot, Draymond Green. I don't have to say much. Y'all know what he be doing on the court. That man is a terrorist. But people pay to watch that. That's what they want to see. Now, Draymond was doing that, and then he was dunking and stuff like Shaq was. That's top dollar entertainment. That's why people love Shaq. Shaq had that type of demeanor, and then he'll come down and dunk on you. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's top dollar entertainment. Derrick Henry could be, no, I'm going to get that to him. But Jimmy Carter passes away at 100 years old, RIP. I heard Jimmy Carter did some great things for him, man. Did some great things with, I think he had a Nobel Peace Prize. But overall, rest in peace to Jimmy Carter, man. There's so many. We got a Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Jimmy Carter is everything, but RIP to Jimmy Carter. Adultery becomes legal in New York after 117 years. They said before today, you could assert it was a misdemeanor to be unfaithful, and you would have got 90 days in jail. I don't know if they've been. I don't know. I didn't know that. Did anybody else know that in New York? I didn't know that. Or this is fake news. I mean, it ain't fake news because this was on. I got this off of CNN. CNN. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Unfaithful, man, get you 90 days in jail. Whew. Great humanitarian. That's what he was. Shout out to Jimmy Carter. I know every state got a Jimmy Carter in there somewhere. Jimmy Carter Boulevard, Jimmy Carter Road. It's something. But this is gonna be something that's gonna grab y'all pretty crazy. Wendy's new plan going into 2025 is bringing their burger prices up and down. They're going like a Uber approach. So one day, if everybody at Wendy's getting a burger, that burger might be about $11. But if you go there one day and business is slow, you might get that burger for about $4. That's what they say. I want to know if they're gonna act on it, but if it works, I see every store doing this, and I'm not surprised because I'll probably do the same thing. If everybody getting these pancakes, okay, I'm finna up the price real quick. As soon as it go down, okay, back to normal price. Y'all don't want it no more. But it says just going with demand. I don't think there's a problem with that. See, Ronald, that's what I was thinking. I was like, have I ever even heard of anybody getting like really locked up? I mean, I know it was a law, but I haven't seen nobody getting locked up for that, especially in the New York area. Or maybe it was happening so much that it ain't even make the sites. But I want to know what y'all think about this, because y'all know if this works, a lot of fast food restaurants are gonna be like this. And then this goes what I say, y'all need to start cooking. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop trusting them folks. Y'all know what they doing to that food now. They said Taco Bell started selling nuggets, and then the squirrels and stuff started going missing. I ain't joking. So y'all better be watching what y'all eating, though. But I say, man, if you don't know how to cook, then you can't learn step-by-step instructions. Because if anything, it's gonna tell you how to do it. And then all this AI and Chat GPT, they probably listening to everything we saying now. But ask them. Shoot, pretty sure if you go into Chat GPT, say how to make some good Alfredo. They'll probably give you step-by-step instruction. So yeah. Yeah, man. They got the nuggets that'll make you fall out. Literally. What he said, them nuggets is to die for. To die for. Let me ask y'all this question. This is the end of the show question. I appreciate y'all who was, man. I knew I wasn't gonna be by myself. I knew Christian wasn't here with us today, but I know I had y'all with me. But let me ask y'all, since I can't ask Christian. If you could combine the skills of any two athletes from different sports to create the ultimate competitor, which athletes would you choose and what sport would they dominate? I'm going to start off first with saying I wish I could take Kevin Garnett's mindset or Giannis's mindset and put it with Derrick Henry's, ability. And he would be the most dominant running back that football has ever seen. Because I don't think Derrick Henry has that killer mindset. But if he had, think of Derrick Henry had the mindset of, to me, Giannis and KG are probably, there's a lot of basketball players who had that mindset. I mean, you can say Kobe and his Mamba mentality, but put that mentality with Derrick Henry. Sometimes I be thinking Derrick Henry don't know how big he is sometimes. Ooh, Jordan and Montana. But what sport though? Oh, you talking about put Jordan's mentality with Montana and have him play football? Bo Jackson and Michael. Oof. Yeah, it don't even matter what sport. That's a good one. I wasn't thinking about that one. Bo Jackson and Michael Jordan. That's okay. So Michael Jordan in Montana for football. That wasn't my day, but I know about Montana's accolades and stuff, but I did not know that. Let's see if we got anybody else. Fine. Everybody, that's about it. That's about it, man. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in for episode 29 of In The Coop Podcast. I know we say it every episode, but we're grateful for each and every single one of you who's been, following us and making this podcast one of the best moments of my life, man. Just being able to bring it back with one of my long friends and teammates, just giving y'all some content to remember. But let's just happy New Year's to everyone, and let's make 2025 a year to remember. And we'll be back on Monday for episode 30. We'll get Christian back with us, and I know that'll put some smiles on some faces. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all, and I know y'all didn't. I know I was in here alone, but y'all was with me this whole time, man. So I gotta do some shout outs. Shout out Dave, Happy New Year to you, man. Shout out Tiny. Appreciate you, my man. Rhinos gave us his late one. He said LeBron and Brady for quarterback. Oh, hold on. That's a good one. OG Rhinos, man. I'm telling you. Shout out to OG Rhinos. Shout out to who else we had? Yanni. Yanni must have left after this one. Shout out to Yanni. I know. Let's see. Shout out FSU Rose, Montre. Second time I seen you, dog. Shout out to you. Maybe the third. And Island Boy started it off. That's correct. But overall, appreciate y'all, and appreciate y'all being here with me, and having this nice talk, nice content. But overall, we'll see y'all. Well, I'll see y'all on Monday for episode 30. But other than that, we'll see you.